Gotta put the screen up. Talks about it with Franjez. Anthony Holmes. How you like that name?
Anthony Holmes.
Yo, that sounds like a good alias.
Possibly a legal alias.
I like it. So what do you go by in the real estate game?
Just like basic name? Anthony.
Anthony.
Only a few people call me Tony.
Tony Holmes. Oh,
Tony Holmes.
I like that. He does real estate, so Tony Holmes is a good name.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a little aggressive, but
A little aggressive. Sounds a little mafioso. Go see Tony Holmes. All right, so how you doing today?
Not bad. Honestly, I'm glad you brought me on the show.
Glad you're here, man.
Well,
It's gonna be a good conversation.
No, but all seriousness, when I think entrepreneur, you being close friends to me, you come to mind.
I appreciate that.
No, videography, YouTube, podcast, music, just taking regular photos, photographer. You do it all.
Yeah.
In today's modern world, you are literally the idea of entrepreneur. You do everything. You take risks.
Yeah. You're right. That should be our first topic. Entrepreneurship, taking risks.
Yeah.
You don't grow if you don't take risks.
In order to grow and to evolve, you have to take risks. You got to take chances. Because if not, if you stay in the same place all the time, nothing's going to change. Nothing about you or your business is going to grow.
100%. That's like staying in your comfort zone. It's going to keep you in your comfort zone.
Right, and you don't want to be in your comfort zone. You always want to evolve. You always want to change. It's going to make you smarter as an individual, and smarter if you own or run your own business.
Definitely. So, what do you think about entrepreneurship? You're going that route right now?
I'm thinking about it. You know what I mean? It's always a conversation in my mind. Always contemplated.
Nice. Raw cigar cutter. I smoke cigars once in a blue, but I never owned a cutter. Just got one at the local smoke shop, and it's the Raw brand, and it cuts great. Love it. Great. All right. Can I go lighter? I know I got a butane somewhere. I just don't know where. Butane would be the best way to do it. So entrepreneurship. What do you think about it? What do you think is the definition of entrepreneurship?
Being able to think for yourself to create your own way of wealth. What's your opinion? What are you thinking?
Creating your own income. Yeah, you're right.
Not relying on a business or a corporation to pay you to sit behind a desk or whatever that is for income that's going to be set. As an entrepreneur, you always create your own income. You're going to create an endless amount of income.
So entrepreneurship is a mindset, because being an employee is a mindset. It's that trust, that comfort, knowing you have a paycheck coming every week or bi-weekly. Mm-hmm. You have your bills set by what your income is. As an entrepreneur, you don't know what your income is.
Right, and you got to adjust to that.
That's scary.
You got to adjust to that, and that's why so many businesses or small business owners, companies, Fortune 500 companies, they took chances. They took a chance in making the money, and they had to what's that word for? Control how they spend the money in order to survive. But at the same time, they still took risks and chances to make more money.
100%. What do you think would be the best, your ideal entrepreneur setup, what would it be? What would you want to do? What would you enjoy doing every day? You wake up in the morning to do what it is that you do, entrepreneur wise, all on you. You have something?
Well, in my case with real estate, it's real estate's always going to appreciate over time. Yes, there's risk involved, but again, with greater risk comes the bigger prize.
And that's in all aspects of life.
Of course.
The bigger the risk, the bigger the payout.
Whether it's whether it's something to do financially or just as a peace of mind or being happy.
Yep. That's where it's at. You stay in your comfort zone, you're not going to go far. Even with exercise, diet, you stay in your comfort zone, you're not going to go far. You need to break out of that. And that is what entrepreneurship is.
I'm not going to lie, talking about exercise, one of the things that it was always easy for me, with exercise was doing the gym part. I don't know about you, for me, it was always the diet part.
That was the hard part?
That was the hard part, was trying to find the mindset just to eat clean. So, I don't know about you, but for me, that was always
It's the opposite with me.
Really?
Yeah. I could go to the sauna every day. but I can't hit the weights every day.
See, when I was younger, that was always
Weights?
go-to. Weights, cardio, whatever.
Yeah,
3 hours, no issue.
Minimum once a week I do, but I can't do 4 or 5 days straight. Sometimes. Some weeks, of course, I go crazy, but when I'm just not into it, I'll go for the sauna, a nice shower.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it has to do with the motivation and the mindset, the determination.
It's also the goal. You want a look. I don't really want a look. I just go for the health and the exercise. I just want to be healthy.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even lift heavy weights when I go. I go just to exercise.
To maintain.
My legs, I do the heaviest.
Okay.
I do 3 plates on each side. That's the heaviest I go.
All right.
I hear men's health relies a lot on leg muscles or something like that. Like supposedly something that has to do with producing testosterone even.
Really?
If you work your legs out, supposedly it helps produce it more.
Okay.
Leg strength in general for men and women is great, but I hear it's very beneficial for men.
Well, if you think about it too like this, your legs being the bottom part of your body, there are the foundation of everything else, holds everything else up. It's going to help out with the spine.
100%. That's where it's at. So, how'd you get over the diet thing? How that was being hard? What did you do?
Honestly, I tried my hardest. I would go for like maybe a week, couple of days in, and then all of a sudden it's like you just fall off. So I guess for me, the way I looked at it, the fact that I was still putting an effort to maintain my health, I still put an effort forward. So
did you have the mindset, since I'm working out and I'm killing the calories, I can eat whatever the fuck I want?
That was also
that was part of it, right?
Part of the mindset.
Like, I know this is bad, but I'm killing it. I'm doing good. I'm using the energy. I'm burning the calories.
Again, though, when you're younger, your mindset's going to change over time. Your drive's going to change. Everything's going to change over time.
Yeah.
Younger, you don't think straight fully.
Yeah.
A percentage of people do. You know what I mean? But
small percentage.
Right.
Especially in this country. The meals, a lot of processed foods, and we're just raised to think this is good stuff. Not that it's good stuff. We know it's not healthy, but that's just what we grew up on. Fast foods and cookies and ice creams and all that crap.
Oh no, I get that now.
That's what I mean. You grew up that way.
Not even that, right? With my kids.
Yeah.
The fact, like, if one's doing sport, they're both doing sports, running around in and out of the house, certain times or whatnot. What's quick to eat? Fast food.
I'm guilty too, man. It's tough. It's tough. We're used to it. It's fast. It's fresh.
I don't know about fresh.
Fresh. I mean, it's hot.
Freezer fresh.
It's hot. But it's definitely tough. But lately, I don't know. I forgot how it really clicked for me, but I've been doing really good with fasting.
Really?
I could go all day without eating. I eat now like just one meal a day, like dinner.
So you're doing like a 16-hour fasting kind of?
Probably
Because
even
there's
more.
a thing called
Because
intermittent
let's
fasting.
say, exactly. I don't do that on purpose, but I just got into the mindset where I don't need to eat 3 meals a day like the way I was raised. Dominicans are all about food. If you're not eating,
It's like
you're
Italians.
dying. Yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
If you're not eating, something's wrong with you. You're sick.
Right.
So 3 meals a day, snacks in between. So now that I'm on my own, now I could think for myself and realize I don't need to eat first thing in the morning.
Right.
I don't even need to eat lunch. I can wait till I'm hungry. Or what I do is just wait till after the gym. I go to the gym at like 3 p.m.
See, I can never go to the gym that late.
Yeah.
I was
I
always
never go early.
I was always a morning person with the gym. You know, and I guess you can think of it. It kind of gets your blood flowing, starts the day, freshens up the mind.
It's amazing in the morning.
And you know, if it hits like 12 o'clock, I won't go to the gym. Depends on the situation. But
Is it because the crowd?
no, I don't care about the crowd. I think for me, it's mostly the fact that at a certain point, my day's already started. So now, if I start the gym later, the rest of my day's gonna start later.
Oh man, I see.
So I guess maybe it's like a time management thing.
It's like you center your whole life around the gym. But if I do the gym later, then whoa, that throws me off. The gym is the core, right?
I mean, the gym's not my life, but like
That's what it sounds like. You base everything else around the gym. I can't go now. It's over. You ruined it.
I gotta go get fast food.
Oh my god.
You know, no, I just feel like, again, like I said, with going early in the morning, it's gonna clear the head. It's gonna get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
It's gonna get your clarity going, your thought process in the right way. So going in the morning, I just feel like it's a good way to start your day.
I agree.
I mean, I know some people go to the gym twice a day. You know, they'll do like say cardio in the morning and then weights at night, or vice versa.
Yep, 100%. I follow a lot of like successful people.
Right.
You want to be successful? Just follow these people's footprints. And a lot of successful people wake up very early in the morning, and the first thing they do is exercise. Water and exercise. And the reason I'm okay with eating once a day, where I got that mindset was, if I'm following all the most successful people and I'm trying to gather their habits so I could be successful. And when I say successful, I don't mean money-wise. I mean even mentally, peaceful, humble, blah, blah, blah. But the monks eat once a day. They eat lunchtime.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a reason they only eat why it's lunchtime?
I don't know why. No. I think it's because of the middle of the day.
Okay.
It's no point of eating as soon as you wake up, and you're not supposed to eat too close to bedtime. So that's probably why it's right in the middle of the day. It's the peak of the sun. It's a great time to eat.
Right.
But I was looking into monks because to me, they're the happiest people on earth, the most peaceful, at peace people on earth. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it has to do
Right?
with again with the mindset, the meditation, everything they were raised up from, the culture, the positivity mindset that everything's gonna find its way and everything's gonna be all right.
And they're secluded. They're just in whatever they call that monastery, I think it is.
Yeah, and I mean, if
They're
you think
just
about
there.
it,
They're not worrying about the news, media, money. They're just at peace, meditating, and they're just smiling.
being secluded
all
like
day.
that, I mean, they're cut off from any type of negativity or bad distractions.
Yeah. So that's where I got that mindset from. It's not about eating all day.
No, listen, I did intermediate fasting at one point. I just tied in the intermediate fasting when I was sleeping. So I would do like 16 hours.
It counts. It definitely counts, yeah.
Right. So for me, I think it was, I ate
So you were doing 2 meals a day instead of 3.
two.
Much.
No, I actually cut it into like the time frame. So there's 24 hours a day. 16 no eating. The other 8 was the only time I can eat. It doesn't mean I'm stuffing my face. Every chance I get with those 8 hours, I'd spread out the meals, or I would just turn them into small mini meals. like an appetizer, basically. You said
Yeah.
you figure spread out over 8 hours.
Yeah. 2 beers and 12 wings.
And then that's where the unhealthy diet, trend comes in.
But you're working out. You good.
No, like I said, at one point I did try. I would do like egg whites and apples. I would do the rice and fish. I did my research. I did make an attempt at some point.
Yeah.
But,
It's a little extreme, though. I think that's what it is. You got to find your balance.
right.
You know?
But that's anything in life. You just got to find a balance.
I preach that shit a lot. The balance is where it's at. You want to enjoy your food, but you just don't go OD. Don't go crazy.
Yeah.
Keep it healthy, but don't keep it so healthy that it's boring.
And don't like criticize yourself if you decide to have like a slice of I had a slice of pizza this week. It's not going to kill you.
I preach pizza. I love pizza. I'll tell anybody to eat pizza, even if you're on a diet. Just bread, cheese, and sauce. Literally, there's carbs.
All food groups.
It's all good. It's all good. It's nothing crazy. I don't think it's anything crazy.
Would a Big Mac have all food groups?
No, Big Mac. It's definitely a lot of processed stuff in it. If it's a decent pizzeria, it's real cheese, real sauce, real bread, real dough. But fast food is processed.
Well, you said a real pizzeria. Where's the pizzeria?
What do you mean? New York?
Have you had upstate pizza?
No, it's not real. If I don't got real cheese, damn.
Unless you're towards the Bronx or Manhattan, I'm sorry, but real pizzas don't exist.
It's tough, man. Yonkers is good. Yonkers got good pizza.
Right.
There's one down the block. We can hit it if you want later. It's good.
All right,
real good. Real good. Let's jump into a topic I got a few here.
Don't get me too nervous here.
No. It's all good stuff. Advice for new fathers.
Advice for new fathers.
You ever had somebody ask you for advice on about to be father?
Honestly, no. But I'll just say this. You're never prepared. You're always learning as you go. It doesn't matter how much your dad tells you, your grandpa, your uncle, whatever. You're never prepared. You're not. You literally learn as you go.
My advice is always that it's natural instinct. You have to care for the kid, change it, feed it, put it to sleep, burp it, all that. It's like all these things you already know, plus natural instinct just kicks in. I always tell people, don't be scared, don't overthink it. It's gonna kick in. It's a very big responsibility, but it's 100% doable. Anybody could do it.
It's a natural feeling to be nervous and overthink it, and be scared.
100%.
It's gonna happen. But I feel like you know what to do. You know how to be a dad.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I tell people. Financial advice. If you had to give, let's say, one good piece of advice to, I don't know, somebody that just asks you.
Invest your money and be smart with it. Don't spend it on dumb shit you're gonna regret.
Perfect. Where would you recommend they invest?
With you. No, I'm kidding. Hey. Based off of obviously doing what I do, I would say real estate.
Real estate is definitely a good way to store your wealth, and your wealth will grow.
Because again,
it is good.
Homes will always appreciate.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if it's mixed use, multifamily, single family. It's always going to appreciate.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
It's not like putting the stock market into bonds and stocks,
where it goes
CDs,
up and down.
where it has a basic, interest rate that's gonna.
Yeah, if you got a something at a decent price and you hold it for a few years, it's definitely gonna appreciate.
Of course,
definitely. Yeah, so that is amazing advice. Absolutely. What about credit? Any good advice for credit?
And what do you mean credit? In
like
terms of
let's say somebody with bad credit, building credit, or even real estate credit. Somebody that needs to get a loan for real estate. Any one of those three you want to touch on?
So getting a loan, obviously you're going to go to your loan officer, your nearest bank or a mortgage broker. Sit down. They're going to have you fill out an application. They're going to run your credit and see what you can pre-approve for. See what you can afford. The worst thing any home buyer can honestly do is go start looking at homes without a pre-approval. Because you're going to possibly upset yourself and then realize you can't afford something after you fall in love with something.
Genius advice. Don't set yourself up for heartbreak.
Yeah, don't set yourself up for heartbreak.
And I use that for all aspects of life.
Do you?
If that's not in your budget, don't even look at it. Don't
So no window
obsess.
shopping.
Yeah, don't obsess over it. Just until you get there. If you get there, then enjoy it.
Although
For now,
you can make that a goal to work towards it.
Yeah, do that. But to obsess over something and then realize, damn, the numbers don't add up. My dream house ain't my dream house. I learned that when I was doing this short film, and when I was writing the scenes, I had this song in mind for the intro, but I reached out to the artist, and it was like they wanted to go through courts and do it the right way, and I'm like, damn, it's gonna cost too much. It's not worth it. It's just a short film for YouTube. Right. But that's the same situation. I fell in love with the song, and I wrapped the whole movie, little short film, around that song, and no other song fit it the way I wanted it to, so it was kind of like a fail. That's the same thing. Don't put your heart into a home without getting that loan.
I like the slogan. I like that. That's good.
Tony Holmes. That's a good one.
I like that.
Don't fall in love with the home without the loan. Just hit up Tony Holmes.
All right, we'll be writing a contract afterwards. I'm sure you're going to want something out of that.
Yeah, I'm going to snip it and send it to you with the contract.
Just make sure it's notarized.
I got you. So nowadays, where the dating game is like ridiculous, where a lot of guys are, like, these are real statistics. A lot of guys are watching porn a lot.
Yes, which is unhealthy.
They're not getting the masturbating a lot. They're not getting attention from females a lot because females are shooting for the moon, and kind of can't blame them because a lot of guys nowadays ain't shit. You can't blame the females for shooting for the moon because they want the best they can get, and these guys ain't adding up today. There's a lot of ain't shit guys out there that don't want to step up, right?
I feel like it's from both sides.
It is both sides. But statistics right now show that a lot of men are not really having any relationships with women.
Well, I mean, how long ago was the whole fuckboy, created? When did that term come out?
Well, before that was Scrubs. It was always something.
Right. So at what point during, I guess you could say, at what point during the men's generation did they lose their way?
When all the women empowerment rose, all the single ladies, and then all the scrubs. That's where it started. The balance was off. So now men ain't shit.
Well, if you think about it too, I mean, here's another argument. Well, we were touching on this real quick beforehand. What was the formula? That there's this theory called what
was it?
Hoflation.
Hoflation. Break it down.
So, correct me if I'm saying it wrong. A man's got to work 5 times as hard that his grandmother was to get a woman that's 20 times worse than their grandmother.
Yeah, sound like that. Yeah. You got it.
So,
times changed, and it sucks because dating is like not that it's a joke now, but everybody's replaceable.
Everybody's expendable.
Everybody's replaceable. It's fast. Everything's fast. And back in the day, it was forever. You meet somebody, it's forever. We're gonna work on this. Now it's like next.
Well, if you think about it too, years ago, my grandparents or great-grandparents, the woman stayed home, took care of everybody, the family, the house. The man went out and made the money. Obviously, times change. Women have earned their spot and moved up in the world.
And men stepped down a little bit.
So, a percentage of men. The percent. I feel like the percentage of men that have not stepped down have been so broken and beaten that they've given up.
Yeah, that too.
And I feel
can't be a man nowadays. You got to be real sensitive.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like
right?
at what point to be so sensitive where a woman's not attracted to you?
That's why the balance is off right now. We can't be masculine enough, and they want to be tough. They want to be They want to step up and level up to us, and we can't be man enough. And it's crazy. It's a big game.
I feel like men, since they've realized that women are not dependable on them again, or in general they're not dependable on them. They don't need a man. Basically, there are women out there that don't need a man. They're independent, and honestly, that's good for them. To rely on somebody to take care of you is kind of shitty nowadays. But
yeah, it's not realistic.
If
right?
It's not realistic. But if you're independent, you can take care of yourself, and you find the other person because they want to take care of you. That's a different type of.
Yeah, that's different.
You know what I mean?
And that's an agreement between the two. You both agree it's different. That's the thing. Communication. You both agree on the situation is perfect.
I feel like men, over time, ever since I was saying, women have become independent. Men have been forced to become independent because now men have to do their own laundry. They have to learn to cook. They clean, do everything on their own. So at that years ago, you would need to find somebody that you want to stay home and take care of the house. Obviously, again, times have changed.
Big time.
Both parties are independent. So if you think about it, a man only needs a woman for two things.
What's that?
Obviously, sex and companionship, right or wrong. Because if a man can take care of himself, what's he need a woman for? If he can cook, clean, make his own money, what's he need a woman for?
Sex is definitely one of them.
And companionship.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Right. The same thing for a woman, because nowadays they can take care of themselves, so they don't only need a man for two things.
That makes sense. I never thought of it like that.
You never thought about that like that?
Nah. Yeah, it's true. If both parties are good by themselves, what do they need each other? It ain't financially, but I think where the confusion is, women think it's financially, right? They think they expect the man to pay either all the bills or most of the bills or the rent, right?
No,
I think that's a confusion now with relationships. It's an expectation of women. They want you to pay definitely more than what they're paying. They want their money to be their money.
I know women that they look at it as they handle everything themselves, and you handle your shit. You know what I mean? Or it's you share. If you live together or you're married, you share bills.
I know that exists, and that's the way it should be. I feel nowadays since we're equal, but I think when it comes to expectations with dating and new girls, I think not new girls in general. It's always been like that. You want a man to provide everything. Whatever. Any advice for men going through divorce?
Grass is greener on the other side.
Well
and I say this because again I was previously
well
married. I got divorced. So here's what I'm saying. People that tell you it's cheaper to keep them are just afraid to take a chance and move on.
Ooh, that's poetry. Talk about it.
Grass is greener on the other side. It really is. Yeah, it's going to be hell. It's going to be stress going through the process. But at the end of the day, you're going to find your way on top. And going to the whole saying it's cheaper to keep them, money's replaceable. So you got to work a little bit harder to make it up, but it's always replaceable.
That's true.
Peace of mind and happiness is not. So the question is, how much time do you want to lose staying in one spot?
Peace of mind is priceless. I agree. I definitely agree. Any other advice, like court-wise or anything?
Just make sure you choose the right lawyer. That's it. Do your research. Just choose the right lawyer.
I like it. When's the last time you cried?
Last time I cried? Probably my wedding, but you know what? Some people don't believe me. They think my eyes were just burning or some shit, but I'm going to go with that. I'm crying.
That's dope. That's romantic. I like that.
That was from the alcohol, one of the two.
Both. It gets you in your feelings. What do you do when you're sick? You have a cold, fever, whatever.
Honestly, I never get sick that often.
Damn, this guy.
If I get, how some people get, sick throughout the year, 6, 7 times, but it's not like a death sick. It's just you're sick. I'll get sick maybe like twice a year, 3 times at the most. That's about it.
That's awesome. So when you do, what do you do?
Nothing. I'm not one of those complainer people that's like,
I mean,
I'm dying, help me. Like,
I'm
no,
saying vitamin C, anything.
so like to get better, just vitamin C, take over the counter. Unless I feel it's not going away in a couple of days, is the only time I go to the doctor. But other than that, it's just
It's gonna go away.
it'll go away.
Just ride it out. Strengthen your immune
Pain
system.
leaving your body, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Take some vitamin C. Help your immune system fight it. That's it.
You
Drink
take
some
vitamin C
tea.
when you're sick?
Yeah.
The
2,000 milligrams.
Oh,
No, I just regular 1,000 milligram tablets. I just take 2 throughout 24 hours.
Okay, so you don't take the actual package, you put in the drink, and then stir around the water.
The emergency.
Yes.
I do. That's 1,000 milligrams. So I'll have 2 of those in a day. If I don't have the tablets,
You think it
I'll
helps?
You know, I just really hope. Because at the end of the day, it's science, and who am I? You know. But I hope they're really putting vitamin C in it. I really hope this is all true.
We'll find out in how many years.
Man, I don't know, man. Who knows? What about stomach ache?
Pepto.
All right.
Pepto, I pound it down like it's alcohol. Might not go for a day or two, but it helps out.
Nice.
Tums for heartburn.
Yeah, I've used Tums recently for the first time. Yeah, it works.
No, it does. It definitely does.
Interesting stuff. What are your life goals?
Life goals in what aspect? We talking about
Life,
money or
life,
just in
life.
general?
Yeah, like the ideal life.
Ideal life? Be out of New York.
Damn, where we going?
Somewhere down south.
All right.
Somewhere down south where it's warmer, more relaxing, less stressful, a little bit more slower moving to an extent. Wake up every day with a positive mind, and that's it. Not financially worry about anything.
Wait, what would you do with your time, though? Because, you can't just sit. Yeah, do something.
I do stuff to keep active. I'll go for a walk needed,
Come on. Yeah, you need something more to look forward to. Can't just really relax for the rest of your life. Well, you'd be working out.
That's maintaining. You're still,
out.
I'm talking about, if I'm moving down south, you said lifetime goals. That's like my 10-year plan.
To just do nothing.
Well, no, I'm going to do stuff to
That's
keep
what
busy.
I mean. That's what I mean. What are you going to do?
Like I said, I'll play golf. I'll go to the gym. I'll maintain my health. Anything new, any type of new act, I'll try stuff. I don't care. It depends too where I am, what my location is.
Yeah. You have interest in boats?
I always did. My uncle had a boat.
It's a lot of work.
I heard they can be a lot of work. I don't know if I'd actually get one though.
It's a big responsibility because it's a lot of work. And doing it by yourself too, if you don't really have help, it's
jet
tough.
skis I always wanted.
That's much easier, much more manageable, but with one person,
right?
Because you're not gonna rely on your kids, or you
right.
Want to put
boat you got to wrap in during the winter and stuff. But again, it depends. If you're down south, depending on how warm or cold it gets, you
that's
might
why I
not
was
have
asking.
to.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Jet skis I always wanted. Never pulled the trigger.
That would be nice.
I always wanted a bike. Never pulled the trigger.
I had one for one season and sold it.
You got tired of it, or you wasn't feeling it?
It was just, I guess, fear. It was uncomfortable driving. I felt safer in a car, more comfortable in a car. I'm also not big into the high speed.
So the fear didn't exhilarate you.
Yeah.
Because some people do it just because they like that adrenaline rush.
Same thing with amusement park rides. I don't do amusement park rides.
Really?
That stuff doesn't excite me. It's not fun to me at all.
I'll do amusement park rides.
Like what, roller coasters and all that?
I'll do it,
my man.
But I have to have patience because I hate lines.
Yeah. I see.
That's the only reason I hate amusement parks is because I hate lines. I'm an impatient person. I try to be organized and know what's going on time-wise, all that stuff. So this is the same concept with line. I'm impatient. I just want to. I mean, could I pay? If you go to Six Flags, you pay for the Flash Pass. I'm like, I'm not that desperate.
But are you? I think you are that desperate. You hate it. You hate the lines.
I mean, I haven't been to Six Flags years. I don't know what the extra price is, so probably not that desperate.
Yeah, it's probably ridiculous.
Just to know I'm going to pay for $20 for a bottle of water when I walk in.
I just go in there blind. Like, I need this, so I'm going to just pay for it. Sometimes, some places, I don't even look at the price because if I need it, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm in a zoo. I'm thirsty. It's hot.
You're in a zoo?
Beverage. Yeah, let's say you're in a zoo and you got to get something to drink. It's very hot.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? Like in those situations, come on. I'm in the airport. I know I'm gonna get jerked. Just get the water.
Jerked out. How are we talking?
Hey, expensive water.
Okay.
You know the
Fiji?
water's gonna be Nah, sometimes they got other crap, but yeah, they'll have like Fiji only. The only option's Fiji.
You're paying
$9
$30 for the bottle.
Yeah, it's like come on, but you just can't look at the price because I'm in the airport. I have no other options. I'm gonna pay this $30 for the water. You believe in aliens?
No. I know it's been on the news lately. I've seen shit, conspiracy theory, everything else talking about it. Honestly, if I don't see it, I don't believe it.
I'm the same way, so I agree with exactly what you're saying. But in general, aliens meaning other planets, other life on other planets. They all.
I feel like
I believe that exists,
there's a
but I'm just not
possibility.
sure if
So I feel like there's a possibility, but if I don't believe it, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. Same thing with God.
Let's talk about it.
Faith, all that stuff. If I don't see it, I don't believe it. Ghost, same thing. I'm not saying people haven't had, weird experiences or whatever to say ghosts exist. Again, everyone has their own opinion. That's fine. I respect that. But for me personally, if I don't see it, I don't believe it.
I'm the same exact way. I never seen a ghost. Thank God, because it will scare me.
You think it will?
Of course.
Or you gonna try to make friends?
I think the first reaction
Does it
is
depend
fear.
on the type of ghost?
No, I think just in general, if it's not a human.
So if they come to you with beer or something, Modelo, you're not gonna.
If they're holding a beer, I might take it because that means they have some type of physical, aspect to them. But so, what do you believe in? Like, what do you think we are then?
Well, I know we're
obviously we're
human.
species, but you think we have a soul? You don't even know.
Define soul.
It's deep.
Define soul.
We're not just flesh and organs. There's more to us. There's
A spiritual being.
That's what it is. It's deeper than just the physical.
So that's like talking like, do you believe in soulmates? There's two spiritual.
That I don't believe. The only way soulmates, I guess, are possible is if reincarnation or whatever is possible, where like you were married for 30, 40, 50, 60 years in the past, you both died and then come back as humans, and I feel like it's the only possible way that's even a thing
in fairy tales.
But yeah, that's like one in a million.
That's like, honestly, my my opinion about Disney. I feel like all those movies they created for younger girls, just
it's entertaining. We all grew up on it. You watched them, right?
Like what? Which movies?
Little Mermaid,
No,
Lion King.
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
The full movie.
Did you have a sister?
I was only a child.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. I had a brother and a sister, so I got to see all types.
Yeah, I didn't
of,
get to experience.
And I was
that
the
stuff.
youngest, so I got to see all whatever they were into. So my sister always had all the Disney movies, even the female ones. Little Mermaid. What are the other ones? I don't even know.
Cinderella.
That one actually. I don't think I was in the house. That one I think wasn't in the
Beauty
house.
and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. That one wasn't.
Never seen the full movie. Never seen the cartoons.
I don't think I've ever seen that one either. That one I haven't seen.
I never even watched Aladdin. No, like none of that.
That
stuff.
one was in the house heavy.
I've never watched Disney movies like that, like classics like that. Never seen the full movies.
I hate the singing parts of them. Besides that, I enjoy them.
Well, that's what they're famous for, the musicals aspect of it.
I know. That's why I'm not a big fan of them. I'll never rewatch them. I hate those parts.
I have no interest in watching them.
They're classic, man. They're really classic. Your kids watch them?
No, I feel like
it's a different generation.
Generation in today's world with all the technology. It's Netflix and YouTube, or obviously, if you're a certain age, it's going to be social media, some type of social media.
Those old movies, the quality's so outdated too. I don't even think kids can really enjoy it.
I feel like they could, depending, if it's like a family night or something.
Because it looks old, and I think they like all the new animation that's out there. Like Pixar, can't compare Pixar to Disney. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course not.
So that's what I mean. I think some kids aren't really into that old quality stuff.
No, but I mean, like if you're gonna throw a movie on for the kids, if it's family night or something, obviously they're gonna watch it. They're gonna say no.
Yeah, I can see that.
Can I have popcorn? Fine, just sit down and watch the movie.
Yeah, just sit down and watch the whole thing. Put the tablet away.
Goes in the drawer, not coming out.
Good. I like that. Earlier you mentioned how I think you said porn or masturbation. One of them is bad. I forgot what we were talking about.
Both. I mean, it's
All
going to
right,
be
let's talk
some
about
type of
that.
sexual distraction to a man. If you think about it,
But
I mean,
distraction from like his goals or something, or from
his
women.
goals. It's just a general distraction from anything. Maybe having a healthy relationship, goals in life, anything. I mean, at the same time, I'm sure it has its health benefits to whether you're female or male and you decide to do that.
Yeah, I think the bad part is the porn gives guys false expectations when they're dealing with regular girls. Right? This guy's watching, porn.
Weird shit.
Yeah, all types of shit, hardcore everything. And then he
But you know
meets
what?
a regular
It's
girl.
not going to give a false impression because that just shows that there's females out there like that. It shows that some females will have that mentality or be able to, or have no problem doing whatever that guy saw in the video.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough for females too because they're probably trying to keep up with what men are watching. Some. Right?
Well, again, I mean,
They're like, damn, I got to do this because this is what guys
men
expect.
and female are both going to have certain type of expectations from each other.
But I'm saying females some, of course, might have to think, if I need to keep a man and please a man, I got to do what he's watching, which is porn. I got to do that shit. Right? That's
Some of
tough.
them, yeah, I'm sure some of them will have that. And then at the same time, a man, if he sees a certain female act a certain way or whatever the case may be, he's like, oh, I got to act like this if I want to keep her.
Are you teaching your daughter anything? Like all those scary core ideas that she needs to know about men and all, dating? Have you had any conversations?
She's 8 years old.
I forgot she's that young.
She's 8 years old, pal.
So what's your plan? Do you have a plan?
I try not to think of it. Not yet.
Yeah, it's tough.
I've always wanted a daughter.
Me too.
Did you really?
Yep. I never wanted a boy.
But what made you always want a daughter?
Boys, I've always seen boys as the more wild, ridiculous,
Women
energetic.
can be the same way.
No, but
Girls.
I mean, like, you go to a birthday party, let's say a kid birthday party. The boys are rolling in mud. The girls are in a dress. They're a little more clean. They're more calm. But I think actually, even teenage years, boys are reckless. I never want a boy. Anything about a boy. All the energy, the recklessness, the how dirty they are. All that. I never liked the idea of having a boy. I always wanted a girl, and it happened.
I mean, I have a boy. My son's 11. My daughter's 8. So I mean, they're pretty close in age, which is great.
He's how old?
8 and 11.
8.
My son's 11.
Oh, 11. Okay.
So again, I mean, there's going to be certain things you can do with your son you can't do with your daughter.
Absolutely.
So I have best of both worlds. Pays off.
Of course.
Doesn't mean I want more now. I love them to death, of course.
Nice.
But going back to when I asked you why you always wanted a daughter, for me there was this commercial.
No way, a commercial.
There was this commercial where the father's looking into the passenger side window of the car, talking to his daughter.
He's standing outside
looking through the window, talking to his daughter. The girl's like 5 years old in the commercial. And then as soon as he hands her the keys, she's real. It's 18-year-old girl sitting in the car. So it's just that feeling of watching your little girl grow up, knowing how fast time can go by.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's the reason.
I've always wanted, I don't know, just something about that commercial that always made me just.
Mine was just the boys are just too reckless for me. I couldn't deal with it.
You realize what you were about, and then you're like, no.
I wasn't that bad actually. I was a decent kid. My brother is the middle child. He was reckless. So maybe watching my mom go through what my brother put her through. Maybe that's what it was too.
See, for me being the only child, I didn't have that experience with brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So everything was a learning experience of my own.
Yeah, that's true. You didn't get to watch nobody fuck up.
I had to learn everything on my own.
That's deep. I was the youngest, so I saw 2 people go through it. I learned from them, paved my way, and now I'm here. Talking to y'all.
What's up?
You're into building muscle. Any advice? I know there's so many different ways. How do you feel about, let's start out with veganism. How do you feel about that? I don't know if you saw the Dollar episode. Dollar, me and him were talking about veganism, and he mentioned that his main reason that he'll never be vegan is because he gets more protein out of meat. Do you think that's a real thing?
I mean, for many, many years, protein's always been known to come out of meat, or chicken. You can still get sources of protein from beans, peanut butter, nuts.
But you need to eat, let's say, a lot more of those things to get the amount of like a smaller piece of meat, you think?
I mean, obviously, you're going to get more protein if you eat a piece of fish or steak.
So what do you recommend then? You recommend meat then, if somebody wants to build muscle?
Recommend for whatever your goal in mind is.
Let's say it's muscle. Let's say to get muscle.
To get muscle, I mean,
you recommend some meat, right?
Meat or some type of meat, fish, chicken, whatever. Eggs,
Yeah. And what? Cut carbs? Cut back on carbs?
Depends on what season.
To be lean and muscular?
It depends, because obviously during the winter months, you're going to put on weight. It's natural for humans to put on weight during the winter. And when it gets closer to the spring, summer, obviously, you're going to change the way you eat. You're going to change your diet, your calorie intake, your protein intake.
Yeah.
To adjust for the months coming. It all comes down to doing your research.
So the key is protein and meat. Or powder. You fuck with the powder? Powder protein?
You can use that, but that's not like a full meal replacement. There just don't be like breakfast, lunch, dinner,
but I mean for building muscle. It's
do
good?
it as like a small meal in between. You're having say steak for lunch and then, I don't know, fish for dinner or whatever. You have protein shake in between, protein shake right after you finish lifting.
After lifting. I like that. And what about a regimen? What do you think about a week? How many times somebody should work out if they want to build muscle and be lean?
It depends on your goal. But
let's say muscular lean.
Muscular lean. I mean,
yeah. You got to do cardio and you have to lift heavy weights. You got to do both, right?
Yes, you got to do both. But at the same time, you don't want to do your cardio before lifting. You want to do your cardio at the end.
Talk about it. I do the opposite. Please.
But you know what's funny? I know that, but I still do sometimes cardio before lifting.
So you know the benefit of doing
I know the benefit,
way, but it's just the mood you're in that day.
It's just the mood, and on top of that, it's just to get the blood flowing. That, or I'll even sit in the sauna just to get my temperature up before I go lift.
Yeah, I love the sauna. So tell me, what is the benefit of doing heavy lifting and then cardio? Why is that?
Because your blood's and your heart rate and your blood's going to get so high when you start lifting, you're actually burning muscle. Or not burning muscle, you're just burning more calories.
But isn't it the same thing if you do it after? Let's say you run for an hour.
I mean,
it's the same thing, right?
It depends on the sport too, or
because you're burning calories.
Again, do you want to burn more calories, or are you trying to
build more muscle?
If you're burning more calories than you're intaking, you're going to lose weight.
You're going to lose muscle. Right.
Yeah,
it's tough. You got to eat a decent amount. Yes. You got to work out a certain amount.
Again, it depends on your goal and your mindset.
Yeah. Shit.
Are you a bodybuilder? Are you a power lifter? Are you
people are really just about the looks.
What?
People are more about the looks. They
nowadays,
want
but that's because of social media and marketing and magazines, Hollywood, TV, movies, all that stuff.
Of course.
It's also the reason why fucking dating scene sucks.
Oh yeah. It's all about looks. Fucking horrible. Thank you very much, Tony Holmes. Talks about it with Franjez. Peace and love.